a look at the All-Star Game ballpark selection project that you're going to be doing with a debate included in it. The Colin Fry, of course, from my eighth period, is a huge Padres fan. He says, "Go Padres!" Just kidding. He's a big Dodger fan, but whatever. We still love him. Nobody's perfect. All right. So, first of all, when you pick your ballpark, you're going to be picking a ballpark from one of the 30. 32 teams that are out there, and these are the teams you cannot pick because Kansas City was picked in 2012 all the way through to Colorado was last year, and 2021. I'm sorry, this is 2021. 2020, there was no All-Star game. The Dodgers are 2022, and Seattle's 2024. Right now, there are no other picks for ballparks. But these are the ones you cannot take. What you're going to be wanting to look for is a great place for fans. So you're looking at the city. You're looking at the ease of flying in, flying out. You're looking for what kind of ballpark has great accessible hotels and restaurants around the ballpark. Like, for instance, where the old Cowboy Stadium used to be. I know this is football, not baseball, but the old Cowboy Stadium where it was at 183 and 114, there just wasn't a lot of great hotels around there. You couldn't go to your hotel and walk to the ballpark or walk to restaurants or whatever. It was kind of like the stadium was kind of in a spot where there's really nothing built around it. So you really want to think about, is your ballpark downtown? That's great, because then everything's walking distance. Is your ballpark near the airport? Is it an easy Uber ride? All those kinds of things. Once fans get into the ballpark, you want to be thinking about what kind of food do they have inside the ballpark? What makes that ballpark unique? So, for instance, like at San Diego, they have fish tacos. They have Hodo's Hamburgers there, which is like a local hamburger joint. They have a really, really great selection of beers. It is a microbrewery city as well. So what kind of food and drinks at your ballpark do you think you would have that would set your ballpark apart and make it unique? This right here is Cincinnati, by the way. And Cincinnati sits right along the river, and this is Kentucky over here on this side. And it's just a really beautiful riverfront, is what it used to be called, Riverfront Stadium. Now it's named after some kind of insurance company or something like that, but Riverfront because it sits literally right on the river, and the Bengals play over here on this side of them, and we've been there for both of those games. We love Cincinnati. It's a great ballpark. Unique things in the ballpark. So, once you're in the ballpark, is it a great place to watch baseball? Because if you're going to Tampa, most baseball people are going to tell you that the ballpark is not a great one once you get inside there to actually watch baseball in. Now, my kids will tell you they love Tampa because all of the things you can do in there for kids, like you can touch the stingrays out in center field. They have a great Ted Williams museum that's there. After the game's over with, you can run the bases and play wiffle ball in the outfield because it's AstroTurf. So they let all the fans down there. They also have like this arcade. The Rays have just done everything they could to try to make it kid-friendly. Great place for kids to go. It's also really inexpensive, but the ballpark is really inaccessible to lots of things. It's actually in St. Petersburg, not in actually Tampa. And so where the ballpark's at, it's not a great location. So they've had to do a whole bunch of things to try to get fans to come there to games. But that's one of the things you want to think about is like what things inside the ballpark. When we went to the Tigers game, they have really great statues dedicating to like Ty Cobb and other great legendary players. So you're really selling us on the ballpark, like what things in and around the ballpark is. I remember in Seattle, there was a King Griffey Jr. statue in the center field. The Giants have Willie Mays, Barry Bonds, all that kind of stuff. Is there a body of water nearby? Anything and everything that you think will help sell your ballpark to the fans, to the league, because the voters in the classroom are the league. They're Major League Baseball, and they're trying to decide whether or not they want your ballpark to be the next All-Star game. So you're trying to pick a ballpark that's going to be like when they show television clips from it, they're going to be like, wow, what a ballpark. It's beautiful there, or whatever. All right, this speech this time will be a little bit different than the last one in that all three people on the team will be presenting with video, so there's no closer anymore, and all three people are subject to cross-examination. So you're going to have the opener, you're going to have the mudslinger, and this person's sole job is to attack the other team's stadium our ballpark. By the way, when I worked for the Padres in '96 and they were trying to look to build Petco Park, we were not allowed to call the ballpark that we were looking to build anything other than a ballpark. If we called it a stadium, our owner got super mad at us. You had to call it a ballpark. And so we are looking at these ballparks. You will be looking at why your opponent's ballpark will not work for it. So the mudslinger will be doing this. The persuader here on the bottom obviously will be persuading why our ballpark is better than our opponent's ballpark and all of that. So let's go back up here to the opener. The opener is going to be providing a lot of informative information. So you're really going to be informing us on why your ballpark is so great. So explain why your ballpark is the best, like whatever reason you want to have. I don't want to tell you what to say, but you might just this slide right here is just an overview of what it is about your ballpark that makes it so great. What part of the town is your ballpark located in? Is it in downtown? Is it in the suburbs? There are arguments for both of those, by the way. I mean, the Rangers are in Arlington, which is not downtown Dallas or downtown Fort Worth, but it's got incredible hotels and incredible restaurants all around it as well. And by the way, we cannot pick the Rangers. I don't know if that list was on here either. Yeah, you cannot pick the Rangers. They are already slated to have the All-Star game with the new ballpark. So anyway, I don't think I put it on here, but yeah, you cannot be the Rangers. But Arlington is not a downtown area, but it's still great. Kansas City Royals, not downtown, which some people don't like. Some people don't. Some people do want it to be downtown. But is it a downtown? Where is it at? The new Atlanta Stadium is over in Cobb County, which is kind of in the suburb area. It's sort of like where like South Lake would be in Dallas Fort Worth, some kind of an area like that. And it's really, the fans love it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be downtown. Downtown is great though, because you have obviously all the fun stuff that goes with downtown, like hotels and bars and all of that stuff. But you sell the burbs. The burbs are easier for parking. The signs are easier to get in and out of. Downtowns can be really congested, really loud, really noisy, all of that. Talk about the amenities around the ballpark. So, for instance, at Coors Park in Colorado, they have, like 200 restaurants and bars around the ballpark. It is amazing. We love Coors Field. So you want to talk about, like, when you look at a ballpark, so, like, come up here, and I put in Coors Field, and you look at where it's at, where it's located. Look at all of the restaurants around it. There are just a ton of them around here. And if you zoom in, they'll even see more. But every time we've gone there, there's just been a ton of great places to eat. There's also a train station, which is something you may want to think about. The train runs right through here, and you can get off the train like right here and just walk right into the ballpark. It's just fantastic. And so you want to kind of look at all of those things as far as amenities go to your ballpark. And you want to give us a video. The things around, there's got to be videos about your ballpark or about the ambiance of the ballpark, all of that. Ballpark specialty food. So like I told you that Petco Park had, where San Diego's at, they have fish tacos, and they have carne asada, and they have hodads, and they have other surfer type brands there that are really fun. The microbrewery of San Diego is amazing. So what kind of special food can you buy inside the ballpark? Other things in the ballpark, what unique things to do there? So like looking maybe at the ballpark website on like, for instance, Tampa Bay. So let's see. You may want to go to the website of the particular Tropicana field. Oh, there it was right there. And it's just got so many kid things that are located there. And you'll want to show this to us. Show us the things that your ballpark has to offer, finding out information. There's just a lot of different things you can bring us to. Make sure you're specific. Don't just bring us here and be like, see, look, it's a great ballpark. No, be specific. Have gone through the website and find the things that are on the website that make it an interesting ballpark. The last thing here is what's one thing most fans don't know about your ballpark? Something that's maybe just kind of a random thing, that's piece of information they found out. For that, you can use a video, an article, or a website. Please remember, everything in black you don't change. And remember, you've got to make sure you answer the impact question over here too. So the mudslinger is just going to you're going to be writing 3 arguments on why their ballpark is not good. It's just not good at all. and you've got argument number 2 and argument number 3. And then you're going to be open for cross-examination. The other team, your last speaker here will be why our ballpark. So you're going to be comparing specifically. So if I were talking about San Diego versus Tampa, I would be talking about things regarding my ballpark as opposed to your ballpark. So same, you've done this before already, not something hard to figure out. Okay. Everything else will be the same. The rubric for scoring it will be the same, and all of that will be on the website. All right. Thanks. Good luck, guys.